sneeze. Welcome to Funky's World. This is our daily genealogy video. Today I thought I'd do something different. Thought I would do some fun stories that I found about my family in the newspaper that you can find about yours too, and I just wanted to show you. This is the genealogy Bible. There it is. As my mother called it. I love the little pockets and the little extra pockets. Yeah, this is it. I love the little, as I was saying, the small pockets. And then you have the big pocket, and then you have the big pocket there. I think you have a big pocket, yep, in the middle. So, I can't hold it up too much. My shoulders are killing me. You can see stuff that's been written in, it's been highlighted. Those are all newspaper articles and stuff on that particular page. Now, I got an article, I didn't pull it, but from a relative about my great-great-grandfather, my mother's great-grandfather. He was, well, first is this really nice article about his whole life. He was from Maine, and he had moved to Vermont. I smelled something really pretty when I picked this up, and I don't know why. And so, he was driving in one of the articles, but because he was old was the reason they did the first article, to just talk about his life and times, you know. They did that back then. Society pages, you know. The other article was he was 88 years old and was driving drunk. He was 88 years old. He probably shouldn't have been driving anywho, let alone impaired. It was what he said to the cop that was so funny. Because he tried to deny that he'd been drinking, but the cop could smell it. And he said, that's something ridiculous. But it was funny. It really was. This is an article about my great-great-uncle, James Dalzell. Runaway on Main Street. A horse owned by R.O. Cheney, I told you about how he drove for them, and driven by James Dalzell, became frightened by an automobile just north of Bissell Street Saturday afternoon. The holdbacks broke and the horse ran down the street. Mr. Dalzell stuck to the seat and tried to stop the horse. His young grandson was riding with him. L.J. O'Dowd saw the runaway, and when the horse started across the trolley tracks and took to the sidewalk, Mr. O'Dowd decided it was time to act. He ran across the street, and as the horse dashed by, picked the little fellow off of the seat. The horse turned up the bank onto Dr. Tinker's lawn, where it was stopped. This, I have to give credit to the Hartford Current. That is too funny. That's from my father's side, from the Wilson side. Something going on up there. Dunn fined $50 for assault. Gets into argument with Clyde T. Cox, the druggist. William Dunn of Quincy was fined $50 for assault on Clyde T. Cox, druggist at the Adams Building, and an additional $15 for being drunk. According to the story told at the courthouse this morning, Cox had advertised for a drug clerk. Dunn responded. Following a few words at the drugstore, it is claimed that Dunn went behind the counter and punched Cox several times. Cox appeared before Judge Avery in the local court this morning as complainant. Dunn paid his fine. This is from the, I think this is from the Boston, it's It's either the Herald or the Globe. And here's an advertisement from Clyde T. Cox, the druggist. Makes remarkable offer to any person in Quincy who is weak, sick, nervous, or run down. It is now possible for you to come to this store, buy a regular $1.10 package of something iron, new nuxitated iron, for 79 cents. Use it for 2 weeks, and if the end of that time you have not revived all and even greater benefits than you expected, simply bring the wrapper back to Clyde T. Cox and we will cheerfully hand you back your money. And then there's a whole other part to it, but that's, yeah. I thought that was pretty cute and pretty neat that you can find that stuff. Again, those are both in coming out of the Boston paper, because that particular Cox in my mother's family actually lived in the Boston area. So I thought I'd share those stories with you because I think it's the fun side of genealogy. And too funny today. I was at the flea market, as you can tell by the first video, and I found 2 or 3 different family tree softwares. I think 2 of them. They were old. I mean, they were old. At least one of them, I think, was CDs. The other one was discs. The little small floppy disks, not the big, actually floppy disks. But still, discs. Like, you put in a. That's insane, man. They have a Commodore 64 with all kinds of software, all kinds of stuff with it. It's really cool. It's $300, which actually, in truth, is probably a good deal for it. It's going to take a while, but I can guarantee you that will sell. I had the best time today. And I'm glad I went. I'm glad I did it. Thank you so much for being here. This time I didn't really teach you anything about genealogy except to keep looking in those newspapers. And you can find free newspapers. And I'm sorry I didn't put those links in yesterday's genealogy video. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being there. Thank you for any like, share, subscribe. It's all very much appreciated. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'm going to go get these up and I'm going to eat. God bless you and bye-bye.